Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a shortbread cookie recipe. This video is in collaboration with several ladies here on YouTube. This is the holiday cookie collab hosted by my good friend Desiree over at Momma Friendly. I will leave a link to her channel and the playlist for all of the recipes in the description box down below. Definitely make sure to check out all the other videos in the playlist and give them some support. And let's go ahead and get started with this shortbread cookie recipe. The first ingredient that you are going to need is 8 ounces of softened butter. I am using plant butter, but the recipe calls for regular butter. It probably would be better with the regular butter. So I do recommend probably using that, but I had the plant butter on hand, so that's what I used. And you do want to make sure that it is room temperature and that it is softened, not melted. And then you're just going to take your spatula and smooth the butter out until it is a nice creamy consistency. Next, you're gonna add in half a cup of powdered sugar. As you guys can see here, my little buddy is helping me today, and he was so excited to help Mama out. Next, you're gonna add in a teaspoon of vanilla. I am using pure vanilla extract. And then you will just combine those ingredients. Now that those ingredients are a nice creamy consistency, you are going to take 1 3/4 cup of flour and add that to the mixture. And then you're gonna take 1/4 cup of cornstarch and add that to the mixture. And you're gonna mix well. I will say this recipe, I think, used entirely too much flour. Your shortbread dough should be a little crumbly, but it should not still be powdery. And I ended up having to add in about 2 or 3 tablespoons of milk just to get it to the consistency that you desire with a shortbread dough. And typically I don't have to do that, but I did have to do that for this recipe. So I would suggest taking the flour and adding it a little bit at a time until you get the consistency that you desire. Next, you're just going to take all the dough out and you are going to knead it. You're going to kind of fold it over into itself with a little bit of flour on a flat surface until you get that nice doughy consistency. I say that again, I've said consistency about 7 times now, but you're looking for that nice doughy consistency. So you just want to knead it and fold it over into itself until you get the right consistency. Once you have the dough kneaded to the right viscosity, you are going to take a rolling pin and you are going to roll out the dough. You don't want it to be too thick. I don't really know the exact measurements, but I can just tell by the feeling of it on the sides, the proper thickness. So you're just gonna wanna roll it out to that thickness. And then you're gonna take your cookie cutters, which of course we have Christmas cookie cutters. So I have a Christmas tree and a Santa Claus, and then you're just gonna cut out the cookies. After you cut out all the cookies that you want to use, you are going to put them on a baking sheet with some parchment paper and leave them in the fridge for about an hour. You don't wanna go less than an hour, but more than an hour would be okay. Next, you're gonna just pop them in the oven on 350 for 12 to 14 minutes. While they are baking in the oven, you're going to make up your glaze. So I'm taking a little bit of powdered sugar, and you're going to take a little bit of milk, and you're just going to combine the two until you get a nice thick glaze. You don't want it too runny or it won't really work out. And then I'm going to take a little dab of vanilla and a little dab of green food coloring, and I'm going to mix it all together and swirl in the green food coloring to give it that marbled effect. I also made up a batch of red glaze for the Santa cookies, and the green, of course, is for the Christmas trees. So once your cookies are completely cool, you are going to take the top and just dip it right into the glaze. I think I went a little heavy on the food coloring because it should be more of a gradual color and not so dense, but that's what I did. This is my first time ever doing a marble glaze like this. And unfortunately, some of the Santa cookies were a little bit thinner than they needed to be, and they did break. But you know what? This is real life. I'm going to leave this clip in. It is what it is. So here is the finished product of all of the cookies. I think they turned out really cute. I definitely would make some slight adjustments to this recipe, but otherwise it is a very good recipe, and everyone in the household loved them. So I just want to thank you guys so much for hanging out and for watching today. Again, don't forget to check out the links in my description box down below for Desiree's channel and the cookie collab playlist. And thanks for being my kind of weird. Bye.